Good evening, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you for joining with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Badhun Das. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and IS certified international educational and training institute. In last 3 years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organization. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by offering formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seeker, job holder, and also for learners, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinar, seminar, courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation, and all knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, conversations, and many more. We have to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learner by professional trainers, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of views and to promote the education of their abilities and personality. Speaking knowledge is crucial for the state of global professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concept for the learner to be present. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP member are committed to offering effective base quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment boxes. Support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment boxes. Support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with your continuous support. We already completed 2055 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with your continuous support. You already completed 2055 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for us with proper information. Note that with proper information, you will enjoy all feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time-bounded because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download certificate of participation. If you are selected for lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participated in an award function which organized common support with IGP, you can download that also. You can easily prepare and download 18 types of certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Nursing MA 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching in Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, the new trend in education, certificate of participation webinar series 6. Trend in innovation in mathematics education. Certificate of participation webinar 7. Such a comprehension approach, certificate of participation webinar series 8. Art in teaching and special programming arts, certificate of participation webinar series 9. 21st century student teaching mathematics, certificate of IGP corporate ambassador, certificate of IGP campus ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate 1,000 plus international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, verification tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our previous services website for free and many more. Dear IGP will be sure we promised previously, but lack of technical problem we are late on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credentials, solve all issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything, and check your details for all ordinary details. It's a cordial request to check our button and pages on our website. Should like and still benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. So we are going to start our 2056 webinar, which name is Importance of Self-Protection Skills for the Girls with Disabilities. And today our speaker ma'am name is Dr. R. Jomuna. She is from India. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker ma'am, I'll share a little bit about her. Assistant Professor Visual Amen. Department of Teacher Training and Non-Formal Education IASE, Jamia Millia Islamia is Central University, New Delhi. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Ma'am, please. Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Ma'am, please present your presentation.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Is this visible?
Ma'am, please make it full screen. Yes, ma'am. Please
Yes.
make it full screen. Yes, ma'am.
Now it's
The
full
stage
screen.
is yours. You
Okay.
can start your presentation now.
Yes. Okay. Good evening to all present here. I'm very happy to be here again in IGP platform. Today, my topic is importance of self-protection skills for the girls with disabilities. So, why I have chosen this topic is at present it is a need of the hour because every day we are hearing, seeing, and many incidents reading about this abuse and violence among the girls. So I chosen this topic particularly for the girls with disabilities. Introduction. So the status of women is always being a matter of crucial alarm down the ages. Is nowadays we are talking about the empowerment of the women, feminism, and many things we are talking about, and women also succeeding in many areas, but still their status is not up to the mark. Abuse against girls, a girl child, is often serious that manifests itself in many forms throughout their life. Yes, even in many developing countries, this abuse against girl child, that is at the stage of birth itself, it starts. Many families are not accepting the girl child because they are thinking that boys are the breadwinner for their family. So they are not giving importance to the girl child, and the abuse starts from their birth itself. So the girls with a disability are doubly discriminated. Actually, the girls, being a girl itself, based on the gender, they are discriminated from the men. And if they have the disability, then they are doubly discriminated in our society. So the women with the disabilities reveal several disability related factors that increases their defenselessness. Why this abuse happens is because of their defenselessness. So I thought this self protection skill is more important for them to overcome this abuse and violence. At least to a few extent, it can prevent them from this violence. Disability. According to the Article 1 of Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, persons with disabilities include those who have long-term physical, mental, intellectual, or sensory impairments, which, in interaction with various barriers, may hinder their full and effective participation in society on an equal basis with others. So, due to their impairments and the disabilities, they may not able to participate full as such of the normal person in the societal activities. So, the disability statistic states that 1.3 billion people experiencing significant disability. This shows that 16% of the world population is having the people with the disabilities. Among them, that is 1 in 6 of us are having the disability. So, according to the 2011 World Report, the number of girls and women with disabilities are high when compared to the men with disabilities. That is, the prevalent rate is one 19.2% among the girls with the disabilities and 12% among the boys with the disabilities. Particularly, the low income and middle income countries have the highest rate of people with disabilities, and the 65 to 70% of women with disability in low and middle income countries live in rural areas. This is because of the lack of education, lack of facilities during their pregnancy time, and lack of knowledge regarding the disability and poverty. Violence and abuse. So the self-protection skill for the girls with the disabilities, why they need the self-protection skills? Because to overcome this violence and abuse, what they face every day in their life. So violence, it is an act of physical force that causes or is intended to cause harm. So this is the damage inflicted by violence. Maybe there are different types of violence. It may be physical, psychological, or both. Maybe there verbal, economical. Different types of violences are there. When it comes to abuse, it's an action of someone violates human rights. So the abuse refers to prolonged activity of violence leads to abuse, and it is also of many times physical, mental, psychological, sexual, or even financial or economical. So prevalence of violence. Violence against women in girls with disabilities is a significant issue that is related to both gender and disability. So already I told girls with disabilities are doubly discriminated. One is based on their gender, being a girl, and another one is the disability. So this prevalence of violence starts from their birth and it uh, goes throughout their lifetime. It may be the gender based violence, that is physical, sexual, psychological, sexual harassment, etc. So the perpetrator may be their family members, their close relatives, their caretakers, their partners, or maybe their friends, sometimes unknown persons. So both partner and non-partner violence are more prevalent among the women with the disabilities in our society. This is because of their uh, lack of education and mostly because of the dependence. So sexual violence against women, when compared to the normal, that is, when compared to the girls without disabilities, the assault rate is twice than the general population of women. So, in case of women with, particularly with the intellectual disability and uh, girls having problem in communication, it is very high. This is because the perpetrators are um, they are having the problem of inability to say no. So the perpetrators are wrongly perceived as their consent. The intellectually disabled girls are unable to say no. So they are perceiving it as a consent. So the girls with intellectual disability are particularly vulnerable, and almost before the age of 18 years, they 40 to 70% are sexually abused. The current research suggests that women with disabilities are at significantly high risk of experiencing violence throughout their lifetime when it is compared to the women without disabilities. So the prevalence of abuse among women with disabilities, it is 62 percentage. It shows they are having the different types of abuses, and mostly the perpetrators or their family members. And in addition, the types of abuse experienced by all women is mostly the physical disabilities and about the sexual disabilities. So, what are the factors that increasing the risk of violence among the girls with the disabilities? We have some culture and traditions in our society. So when they adhere to the norms and values and promoting and maintaining the subservient role of women, and they are considering the violence as the private matter, mostly the girls with disabilities or the women with the disabilities, or depending on their husbands or the family members for their day-to-day life. So this economic dependence also increasing the risk of violence and material deprivation. In many cases of physical and sensory disability, the persons may be deprived of the materials what they need. That is, in physical disability, there may be the lack of um, aids, assistive aids, and in the sensory disabilities, also the lack of hearing aids or the low vision aids or the some of the aids. Then the displacement, they are lack of, uh, they may not able to move from one place to another without the help of the other person. This is also increasing the risk of violence. Then low education level. When we see the um, statistics, the disabled persons are getting the education. They are not getting the higher education, particularly the girls with the disabilities. So they are not getting the jobs according to their education level because of the low level of education. They are not getting the employment, and based on their disability also they are not getting the employment. So they are unemployed and inactive. So in many women with the disabilities, having their partners have the problem of this violence due to their unemployment and inactiveness. So there are different types of abuse. First, let us see the physical abuse. So pushing, shoving, slapping, these are some of the types of physical abuse. And sexual abuse, that is forcing or attempting to force a sexual intercourse by holding women down or hurting her in some way, making women take part in any form of sexual activity. Even if she refuses or even if she is not, sometimes they are very fear to oppose, tell no to the perpetrators. So it is sexual abuse, it is the unwelcome touching, hugging, or kissing. So it is the inappropriate advances on social networking websites also, it's coming. So the verbal abuse, it is defined as the behaviors, speech, and actions of parents, caregivers, or other important figures in a child or other individual's life that negatively impact state of mind. For example, calling name calling, insulting the person, then threatening. These are some of the verbal abuse forms. Emotional abuse, so the verbal harassment, threats, other intimating behavior that results in fear, agitation, confusion, severe depression, or other forms of serious emotional distress. So, what happens because of these abuses? So, violence and abuses. The consequences of abuses may be very severe, and it may lead to serious incident of violence, including bruises, scratches, internal injuries, impact on sexual and reproductive health. Mostly, the women or girls with the disabilities may have the infections or sexually transmitted infections throughout their life, particularly in case of girls with intellectual disability. It happens because they don't know how to communicate their problems with the others, while also more frequently reporting long-term psychological consequences. The girls may not able to sleep well, and they may have the concentration problem, their anxiety throughout their lifetime, and they may have difficulties in the relationships, and they lost their self-confidence because of their violence. violence and abuse they faced in their life. So, why the perpetrators are targeting the girls or women with the disabilities? Because of social exclusion. Why they are socially excluded? So, mostly the girls with the disabilities are depending on the family members or their caretakers, and due to their disability also they are excluded from the society. They may not able to participate well like a normal person, so they are excluded from the society. They are also having the limited mobility, so their perpetrators are thinking they will not uh, move out of that particular situation, so they are using them. Then the lack of support structures, then communication barriers. When we take the intellectually disabled girls, they have the communication barriers. They may not be able to communicate what happened to them. So they are targeting the girls with intellectual disability or the children who have communication problems. Autistic children, non-verbal children may be there, in girls with intellectual disabilities may be there. So they are targeting these group of people. Even if they communicate their problems with the others, there may be no persons to trust their words. The negative social perceptions. Still, there are many negative social perceptions towards the girls and women with disabilities, that they are not they are asexual and they may not have the ability to participate as such of the normal person, but still there are many girls and women with disabilities are succeeding in their life, and they are participating in many activities as such of the normal persons, but even though the other side they are facing lots of abuse and violence. So what they need, what type of support they need. So the women with disabilities, in a survey, they have indicated that psychosocial support. They need psychosocial support from the family and from the society, and they need the protection from further victimization. So what happens in the life of the girls with disabilities is they are not safe from one time they are not the perpetrators are not leaving these disabled girls with a disability um, within one time, particularly in case of girls with intellectual disability. They are utilizing these girls throughout their life. They are abusing these children throughout their life, so they need protection from further victimization. Then financial support. If they get the financial support, there may not be more dependence on the others. Then medical support before the problem or after the problem, they need more medical support throughout their lifetime. So assistance in reporting, dealing with police. So they need persons to advocate for them. They need assistance to report what happened in their life to the police. When they go to police, they need some assistance for reporting, and for dealing with the police also they need assistance. When we see this chart, it is we can see that the most common perpetrators of childhood violence, that is in the persons without disability, that is women without disability, is the father, and in the case of women with disabilities, the most common perpetrator of childhood violence is mother. So the other common perpetrators are the co-students, maybe the colleagues, and someone they did not know, the new person may be there, and somebody else they knew, their neighbors, their uncles, or their close relatives may be there. Even if they face the abuse and violence every day in their life, but they are not reporting. Why they are not reporting? Because of the barriers to access service. What type of service available in the society? What type of service they can avail? They don't know. So there are lots of barriers. They need assistance from others to access these services. Then dependence on caregivers. They are depending on the caregivers. If they report about the problem, what they have faced, they may not take care of them. In many cases, the caregivers are the perpetrators of this violence and abuse. So they are not reporting to the others. If they report about the caregivers to others, then there may be many problems they will face, and there will be no one to take care of them. Then communication is most difficult in an unsupportive environment. So what they want to express, or what they want to tell about the problems they faced, but they have the communication problems. So they are not reporting. Even if they report, it may not be trusted by the other persons. Limited opportunities to report any form of abuse and to access support services, and pervasive stereotypes. Still, many stereotypic attitudes are there towards the girls with the disabilities. So, because of these things, they are not coming forward to report the things. Barriers to accessing treatment and justice. What are the barriers for the girls and women with the disabilities? So the process of reporting violence is inaccessible, and the negative attitudes of the society towards the women with the disabilities, and the physical access and communication, lack of service, and inadequate fund. So these are all the barriers to access treatment and justice. Many women and girls with disabilities have limited or no access to education. Still, it's there, still, it's happening. And because of the lack of education, they don't know the formal sign language, which is common sign language, they don't know. So, the communication becomes a problem for them. So, communicate only through signs that mainly their close family members understand. So, due to the lack of education, they don't know the common sign language. So, it is very difficult for them to communicate with the other persons. What sign language they know is only known by the family members. And there is a stigma towards the girls with disabilities, gender based violence. That is, perpetrators are sometimes members of the family. So, the presence of an accompanying family member may discourage women from coming forward. Even if they try to express their um, problem to the, or they if they try to complain about their report, about their problem, what they faced, to the police, but the family members may not allow them to express these problems. And the next one is the police often perceive a woman with an intellectual disability as not being a credible witness. So they are not accepting the um, report of the compliance of the intellectually disabled girls with intellectual disability. So, because of all these problems, prevention is better than cure. So, there are lots of rules, regulations, policies, many things are there. But after becoming a victim of, after becoming the victim going for the laws, rules, and regulations. Before itself, if we teach this self protection skill to the girls with disabilities, they can they can prevent them from such crucial incidences, at least to the minimum extent. So, self protection, what is the self protection? Self protection is a set of awareness, assertiveness, and verbal confrontation skills combined with safety strategies that allow one to avoid a direct physical encounter. So, this self protection is the standard term used today to describe the overall concepts of personal protection and personal safety. So, this personal safety and disability means adapting how best they can implement the basic self protection strategies. So, they have to practice these self protection skills so that they can improve their self confidence and they will come forward to express the problems what they have faced and they will protect themselves from such types of abuse and violence. Few techniques for self-protection, still simple techniques, that is eye gouging, kicking, elbowing, biting, and carrying self-defense weapons. These techniques can be taught by the parents and also by the teachers in the classroom to encourage them to practice to overcome such abusive situations. So, for if we take the children with girls with visual impairments, we can teach them how they can be aware of their surroundings. They can use their other senses to listen carefully for any potential threats. So they can carry cane or walking stick with them. So they can use it as a weapon when if need. So they can tell someone where they are going and when they will come back. So these things they can practice in their life, and if they get attacked, they can try to shout for help and attract attention. So these skills, it is very simple skills. We may think it is normal, but these children may have problem in expressing practicing these skills. So the teachers and parents can train the girls with disabilities, girls with visual impairments, to follow these simple instructions so that they can prevent at least to some extent. So for people with hearing impairments, they should aware of their surroundings and they should use their vision. So due to the lack of hearing, they can use their vision to the maximum extent. They can carry the personal alarm if they are in some situation of abuse or violence. Then they can use this personal alarm to protect themselves. Then they can also intimate in their family or with their friends about their when they are going and when they will back. So this also helps them if they are in some critical situation. Then the other persons can help. So for the people with mobility impairments, they can use their wheelchair or walker as their weapon, and they can also carry the personal alarm. This is not very expensive, so they and one more thing, these things are their assistive aids. They can use their assistive aids as their weapon to protect themselves from such situations. So it is important to remember that the children with the disabilities, it is the role of the parents also to make the children to aware about the things and um to carry the self defensive materials along with them. The self protection skills, when the teacher is trying to teach the self protection skills, what type of skills they can teach to the children in the classroom. So, awareness on private body parts, identifying feelings, knowing rules about touch, recognizing warning signs, awareness of no go tell strategies. So let us see one by one. Awareness on private body parts. So this is very important thing for the girls with disabilities, because some children may find it very hard to tell adults about their sexual abuse because they don't know the exact word to use. So from the younger age itself, it's very important for the parents and also for the teachers to teach the body parts with the correct exact names. Then identifying feelings. Every one of us have different feelings, but their feeling is more important for them. And the feelings, what if someone touches them, what type of feeling they have, they should realize them. For that, the parents and teachers should train the children, and the children, and they have to inform the children that if they feel any discomfort, then they have to inform to the parents or the teachers. They have to free to talk about the problems or the feelings what they face. If someone touches what, if they are not feeling good, then they have to share this information with the teachers or parents. So these things, it has to be insisted to the girls with disabilities. So if we see the types of touches, there are safe touches are there, unsafe touches are there, and unwanted touches are there. So just giving hands or patting on the back, on the shoulder, uh, uh, patting on the shoulder. These things are safe touches, and this may not give a different feeling or different uncomfortness to the children. But the unsafe touches hurts children's bodies or feelings, hitting, pushing, pinching, kicking, etc. So we have to teach the children the kind of touches which are not okay. Then the unwanted touches. This is very important. From the early stages itself, we have to teach the child that touches might be safe, but the child doesn't want from that person. Even we also feel some person touches us, we may not feel comfortable. The same thing will happen with the child also. So we have to inform the child if if it is not okay. Then if it is then we can say it as an unwanted touch, even if it is by the familiar person. So we have to practice these things in the home for the children to um, protect themselves. Good touch and bad touch. Nowadays, even in the schools, from the younger age itself, the teachers are teaching the good touch and bad touch. The same thing has to be implemented to the girls with the disabilities from their early stage itself. So it's not okay to touch someone else's private parts, and it's not okay for someone to touch his or her own private parts. So these are some of the um, good touch and bad touch things we have to teach to the children with girls with disabilities. So warning signs. Every human being have these warning signs in their body. This warning signs means the actions which make our body physically uncomfortable, and we may feel it's unsafe. So there will be some changes in our body, such as heart beats rapidly, forehead sweats, teeth clenches, feels crying, hand sweats, eye closes tightly, goosebumps, hand closes the eyes, shivering, uncomfortable feeling in stomach, eyes open widely. So, if there is any unsafe touch, automatically our body will intimate these signs, these warning signs. So, we can teach the children these are the things which will happen in your body if someone touches in the unsafe manner, so that they will practice, and if they feel it's not okay, then immediately they can um, reflect, or they can report, or they can complain to the parents or caregivers. So next is the reporting skill. This is a very important thing. Reporting skill, even in the normal girls with disability, they are not reporting because they may feel, if they report about the problem, about the abuse what they faced, it may be a shame for their family, and their family members may not accept them, and uh, they may fear for the society. When it comes to the girls with disabilities, it is more. The reporting is becoming a biggest task for them. Even if they report to their mother, the mother may tell, "No, you should not tell this to the other person. They may not accept us." So they are keeping inside their family itself. So we have to train the child. First, reporting before going to a report itself, we have to train them. No, they have to say the word no. When someone touches in a different manner, they have to say no for their touch, and they have to tell no for their activities. So this will somewhat give some instinct to that perpetrators that the child is understanding what we are doing. So if we proceed, then the child may scream, or
Dear IGP knowledge seeker, we are trying to connect our speaker. So in the meantime, it's time for our webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.edioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next which is learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download the certificate. If failed to retake the quiz, download the certificate in PDF for GPT. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.edioigp.com. Please make sure you're present on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next video learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download the certificate. If failed to retake the quiz, download the certificate in PDF for GPT. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, is time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change a few process for online quiz competition. Note that real life no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. To join the properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.edigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button or give a link, find the session name and join with a logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join and join on a live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 previously, which you can find on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. So we can see that our speaker is here. So now we are going to continue the session. After the session, we will continue the quiz. Hello,
Sorry
ma'am.
for the inconvenience. So,
Hello, ma'am. The
preventive
stage is
measures.
here. You can start
So, we
the
can take
presentation.
some of the preventive measures to overcome this violence and abuse. So, create effective training for the professionals, for the teachers or the professionals, so they can train the persons, girls with disabilities in the areas of prevention. Then we can training programs can be organized to promote safe, stable, and nurturing relationships between the persons with disabilities and family members, community members, and caregivers. Then we can develop many educational programs for the children based on the gender based violence, how to recognize the violence and how to report. So, the volunteer led community based education and training programs can be organized. Then, we can ensure the public information and awareness raising campaigns can be conducted to address the forms and manifestations of violence against women and young persons with disabilities. Then, we can ensure the prevention programs target isolated setting to provide information, rights, and how and to report the violence to the most vulnerable women and girls with disabilities. So the teachers also can teach the incidental teaching. By using the incidental teaching method, they can teach how to overcome the particular situation. Then they can plan for the role plays, and um, for that, within the pre-arranged situations, they can practice appropriate social interaction. So that by seeing the role plays, the students also follow the things. Then the modeling. So with modeling, the teacher engages students by showing them how to perform a skill while being describing each step with rational. Then augmentative communication. This is particularly helpful for the students who are having problem in verbal communication. So we can use this for girls with intellectual disability, and also for the girls with autism, and for also for the hearing girls with hearing impairment. So through this augmentative communication, we can use photographs, drawing, real objects, films, and wall charts. So with the help of these things, they will communicate with the others. Then the next method is the visual prompting and picture prompting methods can be used to show how they can protect themselves from the different situations. So the teachers can train the children, train the girls with disabilities to be aware of their surrounding, where they are, and when they have to go out, and how they have to be protective. Then they have to be trust their gut, that they should feel, if they feel any unsafe situation, then they should not be afraid for them, and immediately they have to scream and ask for the help. Then they have to train to be assertive. So they should so that they will stand up for themselves to say no. So saying no is the first protection skill that every child should learn. Then they nowadays many self defense classes also available. So according to their, based on the disabilities, they can learn, the teachers are teaching, the trainers are training the girls with the disabilities in the areas of self defenses. So the parents can put the children in the self defense classes, and the teachers also can teach a few of the self defense in the classrooms. So self protection is very very important for the girls with disabilities to develop safety arrangement of their trusted adults to talk. And after learning the self protection skill, it will increase their communication skills to talk about their bodies, and it will help them to understand healthy and relevant relationship, and it will help them to learn, identify, and express their personal boundaries. And it also helps them to understand and gain the knowledge to identify abusive situations where they are, how, what situation is going on. Then they are experiencing less likely to experience physical or sexual abuse and temporary helplessness and dependent on others. So after learning this self protection skills, they will to their maximum extent, they can protect themselves from the crucial situations of abuse and violence. And the reporting to others is an important skill they have to learn. So if they once they will try, once they report, then they will get the solution. So the parents and the teacher should first train them to report what is happening to them without any fear. They have to come forward to report to their parents and the teachers or to their caregivers. So conclusion: to safeguard themselves, individuals with a disability, they have to be aware of about their surroundings, and they should trust their instincts, and they have to be assertive. So for all these things, they have to learn the self protection skills. So the issue of violence against women and girls with disabilities cannot be overstated. So the effects of this violence are widespread. So all the we as a teacher, we have to come forward, and also the person of the society to come forward to protect the girls with disabilities. Thank you.
Ma'am, is the presentation is over? Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me? Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me? Hello, ma'am.
I'm unable to hear your voice actually. Just message
Ma'am,
it.
can you hear me? I can hear
Put
you.
in the chat box, please. I'm checking. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm not able to hear you. Okay, then we can do one thing. You can just type the question, and then I will answer. If anything, I will answer. Yes, the presentation is over.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. A fresh short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. after a wonderful presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. There's why no questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care. Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, after a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 22 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. First question is the development of skill for entrepreneurship and self-employment should be given importance in, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 68% people are right here. Second is highlights importance of continuous care development of self-management skill for patient. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. No one is correct here. Our third question is self-care skills emphasize the importance of looking after ourselves. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Fourth question is the importance of presentation skill. You will gain self-confidence. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Next question is recognize the importance of self-improvement. Lisa decide to dash in new skill. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 95% people are right here. Next question is what is the importance of self-management skill in the context of the IB curriculum? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 85% people are right here. Our next question is dash continuously undermines women's self-confidence and assertiveness and the importance of men's emotional skills. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 60% people are right here. Our next question is the importance of personal skill is values such as collaboration, self-esteem, integrity, and honesty. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Second last question of the session is adults with DD have the importance of developing good meta cog and self-determined skill beats. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 89% people are right here. Our last and final question of the session is it is not important to explain the usefulness and importance of self-regulated learning skill to a student. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 95% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill, never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy, stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to your goal, not to people or things, Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the like button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.